English translation 122nd contact. Friday, 6th April 1979, 0301 HRs.
I may bring you a very pleasant message. After I left you last time, I visited Quetzal, Ptah, Simyase, and Plaja on the very next day. Simyase is doing well and was very happy about your greetings and wishes. They all also convey to you the dearest greetings and give you the assurance that Simyase is truly doing exceptionally well, and there are no concerns at all to harbor. So she will, with great certainty, also be back here among us in about 3 months. But I still have a second pleasant message to deliver to you, which will certainly please you as much as the first. I have made all things clear to Quetzal, as they were discussed between the two of us in the afternoon of the 24th of March. All were pleased about it, and are also very, very happy about it. Also, they all now cherish the hope again that everything will still and finally turn to the better. But this is truly indebted to you alone, for on the 3rd of March, you pushed for the fact that the exclusion was uniformly adopted by all group members. But at the same time, what is not yet known to you is that the elimination of the storage forces of HS has not been carried out yet, because Quetzal must do this himself, and he has to come here personally for this purpose. But that will not be the case until Simyase and the others, so Plaja and Ptah, return, which means that it will still take at least 3 months. But for HS, this will hardly change anything, even though he would still have one last chance by this time period if he would seize it. But he will not want to do that, because his whole being is so querulous that he continues to search for the blameworthiness of his actions and deeds, as well as his faulty thinking, not with himself, but rather with others. So his self-produced fate will almost certainly, and therefore in all probability, be sealed, even though he would still have a minimal chance. Quetzal, and I am sure of this, would let himself be persuaded by me if HS would now still insert himself and act in accordance with that which Quetzal determined for him, into which he did not insert himself, however, within the time period given to him. It would, of course, also cost me a serious battle in this case, as you tend to say, and which was also the case for the cause of you all in certain forms. But I know that I could achieve my goal, and could persuade Quetzal, if HS would change very much, and would incorporate himself into the determinations.
That completely knocks me off my feet, girl. Now, we have rather good peace in the group, because H has really caused us a lot of trouble, which we are now finally rid of. The trouble, I mean. Even though I am very damn sorry, and I would certainly be glad if H could still remain with us, I must announce my concerns about it. If he comes back, then the whole drama begins again, and we can all do without that. For this reason, I also will not move a finger to orient H about the fact that due to the fact that he has vilely driven Simya-se into distress and illness, that exactly because of that, he should receive a chance again. That is too much for me.
I can understand you very well, but still, it is only correct in form if HS learns of the situation and thus becomes oriented about the fact that he still has one last chance in spite of everything. You should therefore reflect and inform him about it.
I will not do it, however, because I am neither a traitor to the group nor to Quetzal.
You see the things incorrectly, and if you do not want to do it, then another group member will receive this task.
I am no longer a group member, for as you know, I have already long stood apart.
You are already starting to excite yourself again in anger. Here, therefore, what Quetzal gave me to explain to you. As I already said, he was very happy about the first change in the group, and so, if these changes continue to persist and further successes appear until his return, he will continue everything and let everything continue in such a manner as it was at the beginning of the contacts. In the year 1975, however, with certain minor restrictions, but these will not be of great importance and will not burden you all in any wise. Sim Ya Se, Ptah, and Pleja have also reached the same decision and will be pleased if that form of connection will soon be a reality with you all again.
Girl, you are simply a black golden star, as I already told you several times during your last visit. I am so grateful to you for this that I do not know how I should express these thanks to you.
Let it be. I understand you very well, and I am happy about it. But we have to hurry a little today, as I still have very much work to do this night. Did you bring the time measuring device?
Of course, this thing here is the alarm clock.
I will immediately do the necessary works, but we can still continue to speak.
Good, because I would have something else to ask. Engelbert does not understand your allusion to what you said about him the last time. Can you explain to me in which cases he comes to quick decisions, which he then has to revise again when I explain some things?
It was, for my part, only advice to him in reference to the teaching, in whose processing he does not consider the issues thoroughly enough from time to time, and thus sees certain things in different contexts and in different identification than these are in truth. By this, I mean that in these phases, he comes to incorrect results every now and then, which he must then revise when you discuss and explain these issues. I am giving him this advice only because he will move forward more easily if he puts some considerations into final values less quickly.
Aha, then I was right with my assessment, because I saw the things approximately in accordance with your words. It was
My work is finished.
You are already finished with the alarm clock?
I did tell you that it would only take a short time. All necessary things were prepared, yes.
That is good, because I have here something else from the Americans. I have a German translation here for you. If you want to read it?
I must do that because I am here in representation of Quetzal and have to make necessary decisions in accordance with his determinations.
Manara reads a long document, which Billy handed over to her.
To these lines, I only have the following to say. Quetzal has, in his proclamation to the government of the United States of America, clearly represented the necessary facts and conditions from which we are not willing to deviate in any wise. We cannot engage in any conditions of the government of the United States of America or in any proposals other than ours in any form. We alone choose the way of communication and the other connection, and any alterations or deviations from our given proclamation are not possible. This means that we can in no wise enter into the demands, wishes, and proposals as they are written here in this letter. We are neither interested nor willing to stand in direct contact with Earth humans other than yourself, but we also have no interest in any visual contacts or voice contacts of a personal or indirectly personal nature, and that certain things are even just too dangerous for us, I do not want to talk about at all. On the other hand, in our overall form of leadership of the peoples, politics is foreign to us, so we will also never get involved on the earth and with the earthly governments in such a form and connection. Politics are only operated by human life forms who are still very foreign to the truth and who look at, consider, and handle all things in childish aspects. We, however, have long been beyond such forms and will never get involved in them anymore, neither in one form nor another. So, if we will help Earth humanity through connections with the governments, then that can only happen in the manner that was unambiguously made clear by Quetzal in the proclamation. A change, even if it would still be of absolute insignificance, can never be debatable. So the proclamation still retains its full range of validity, including the one-time deadline specified by us. We conduct no negotiations at all with any earthly governments because we are those who want to help without any compensation and without any demands of the human beings of earth for our profit. We are solely willing to offer assistance within a reasonable and responsible framework, without the human being of earth owing us a wage because of that. That is all I have to say to this letter, and you should submit that to your middleman.
Many thanks, girl. I will comply with your wish. Let everything be translated into English, and then send it to America.
With that, I must now end my current visit, however. Concerning the time measuring device, I have explained everything to you, so further words about that are unnecessary. If you have nothing more of importance to bring forward, then I will go now.
I have here one more letter, if I may give you this. The girl would be very delighted if you would read it. You probably do not have to give a response, if I have understood correctly.
At an earlier time, I would have accepted such lines with great joy, but unfortunately, I now cannot do that anymore, because exactly that is one of those issues that unalterably state that we will in no way have any connections of a written or verbal form with human beings of earth, except with you. So unfortunately, we can no longer accept letters and can also never answer any questions anymore if these are not of your origin. A single exception would only apply with respect to earthly governments, but at the same time, any form of communication can only take place through you as an intermediary. But with that, it must now be enough for today. Farewell, and kindly apologize to the writer of the lines for me, and pay her my thanks and the assurance that I am still very happy about the fact that she has thought of me. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Black Rose. I hope that I see you again soon.
It will not take very long.